Hi everyone. If you hear like vitamin sounds in the back, it's because I'm taking my vitamins right now. I wanted to talk to you about what is known as the Jezebel spirit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover this in this entire video, but I wanted to talk about it because I was watching this video testimony of this woman that was interviewing her uncle, I think her uncle or something like that. And the video title is God Healed Terminal Cancer, something like that. And the channel has like 30 subscribers. I know there's a lot of videos entitled like that, but this particular video, excuse me, the woman spent nothing but the entire video glorifying herself. The person that she was interviewing was her uncle, and he had terminal cancer. Long story short, he used natural remedies, which I totally agree with, that he used B17 and D3 vitamins, and eating organically, cutting out meat and such, and starch and sugars. And, as it turned out, the remedy worked successfully. And I'm glad that the man was healed, don't get me wrong, but she spent the entire video basically talking about how God gave her this answer, God gave her that answer. If it wasn't for her, he would not have been healed. If it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have this knowledge. God gives her this. Everything was I. Like she was giving herself the glory rather than giving Jesus Christ the glory. Now, I just want to bring this up because I felt it was pressed on my spirit to talk about this spirit, because it's going to be very prevalent, very active in the last days, the days of sorrow. So anyway, this spirit is very cunning. It likes to be the center of it. It likes to be at the center of attention. It's very cunning. It's very manipulative. The spirit will try to twist stories, try to twist version of events. It will try to twist the scriptures. I'm sorry, in the middle of taking vitamins as I'm talking to you guys. Sorry. The spirit will also try to turn others against you. And I can go on and on about the spirit. There's a lot I want to talk about. I'm not going to be able to cover it in this video, I don't think. Hopefully, you can look at my past videos about, just search my channel where I talk about, the Jezebel spirit. But it likes to be the center of attention. It's a religious spirit, meaning that it believes it's some type of messenger from God, right? And it outrightly says that. So if you look at my past video where I talked about the difference between a false prophet and a true prophet of God, one of the things I mentioned was that if a person is a prophet of God or prophetess, they will not outrightly proclaim that. They will keep it to themselves. Because proclaiming that I'm a prophet of God or a prophetess of God or whatever, just outright runs the risk that person will fall into an unrighteous pride. We could have pride in Jesus that, we serve him, that he's our God, that he's wonderful, that he gets all the glory. That's a righteous pride. But the unrighteous part is when we give ourselves the glory. And we shouldn't. Jesus gets the glory. So they like to, like I said, they proclaim to be messengers of God. They like all the attention. They will manipulate you in any way that they can just to establish their own agenda. They will also try to win followers or support group of a large following using manipulative, deceptive tactics. When they give out a message, they will tell you what you want to hear. They will sugarcoat it. They will not tell you the truth. As far as the the context of their message is concerned, there will probably be only less than 1% truth with 99% lie, because Satan is the father of lies. If you Oh, and they're also very, like I said, they have a false humility about them. So they will pretend to be nice to you and peaceful to you and look holier than now until until you disagree with them. So if you have one disagreement with them, just one, even if it's minor, that's when the claws and the horns come out. Because if you disagree with Jezebel, you become her first or his first enemy. And this spirit will stop at nothing to try to destroy you. This spirit will try to destroy your finances, your career, your marriage, your relationship, your life, your friendship, those who you keep in contact with, family, friends, and so forth. It'll try to destroy you and isolate you if you have just one disagreement with this spirit. If you try to correct this spirit, the spirit absolutely refuses correction. Even if the evidence is staring him or her in the face, they will refuse the correction. So if you try to correct this spirit for whatever reason, this spirit will, again, come at you with everything they have. They will slander you, try to destroy your reputation, even make false accusations about you. They will even go as far as trying to fabricate evidence against you, get fake witnesses in order to make you look bad. And it happened to Jesus. The Pharisees were jealous of the miracles that Jesus was performing. Jesus' works was true back then, is true now, and they were jealous of the works that Jesus was performing. They were jealous of the gospel Jesus was performing. Jesus was gaining a large following based on truth, not using lies. These people chose to follow Jesus. The Pharisees didn't like that. They even said it, and they felt threatened that he was getting a large following so fast and so quick. So they went as far as saying that Jesus was doing the work of Beelzebub, Jesus was doing the works of the devil, and fabricating these lies and evidence about him, even fake witnesses. And this was a starting point that ended up getting Jesus crucified on the cross. And we know that it was meant to happen for Jesus to be crucified on the cross. Those of you who are familiar with the gospel. So, they did that to Jesus. Okay, and Jesus still remained humble the whole way. And the Pharisees would approach Jesus with false humility, like they tried to question his authority. Because Jezebel doesn't want their authority to be questioned. If they see that there's a true prophet or prophetess rising, they feel threatened, and they will try to challenge that authority. So they try to challenge the authority of Jesus Christ. They question him, "Who are you to perform such works?" And Jesus said that he was sent by the Father, meaning Jesus is God. He emphasized that the Father and he are one. Jesus is God. That, Jesus is basically saying that I am my own authority. I am God. Therefore, I have the authority to do these works. And the Pharisees challenged that. Even though it stared at them in the face that the miracles and the gospel and the doctrines that Jesus was teaching was based on truth, the Pharisees still refused to listen. Okay? And that type of spirit, this Pharisee Jezebel spirit, is running rampant in these days of sorrow. This spirit will befriend you in any way that they can. This spirit thinks that they're right. This spirit will twist the doctrines of the Bible as well. It's very common to find a Jezebel spirit will believe in the saved by grace, not saved by grace, let me correct myself. Once saved, always saved doctrine. They will believe in that. They will believe in doctrines that are just clearly not biblical. That's why you have to use discernment. You have to question everything. If you question this spirit will attack you with everything that it has. This spirit does not want to hear any kind of correction. As far as this spirit is concerned, it is right, always right, and nobody else is wrong, even though the spirit is clearly wrong. Okay, so if you come across this spirit, proceed with caution, because this spirit will try to destroy every aspect of your life. These spirits are also known to stalk you. Jezebel spirits, people proclaiming they're demons, don't get me wrong, but they do influence people as well. They will try to stalk you on social media, in your job, wherever you are. They will try to stalk you and will try to destroy your life, every aspect of your life. If you expose a Jezebel spirit, it'll try to destroy you. That's why you must have on the full armor of God. Now, I do have a video on my channel. You can search for it that goes into depth as to what the Jezebel spirit is. Okay. In the Bible, it talks about, I forgot the name of the king, but how Jezebel seduced the king of Israel into marrying her. Okay. And then she had a prophet of God killed used via deception. Okay. Another part I can remember is how, because of Jezebel, those 400 and something prophets of God during the time of Elijah, and how she had most of the prophets killed except Elijah. She almost destroyed Elijah. Elijah ran in fear, but then he repented, and God gave him the strength to subdue the Jezebel spirit. Okay, so just be very careful with this spirit. It's in your workplace, it's in your churches, it's in your home, it's everywhere. You need to be very careful. That being said, I'm going to end this video. Like I said, if you wish to research what Jezebel is, like even more, go to your Bible, ladies and gentlemen, and go straight to the Lord. It's your choice. If you want to look at the prior video, just search under Jezebel on my channel and you'll find it. But just stick to your Bibles and go to the Lord on everything. God bless.